Hey guys, Crazy Postman here. Today we're going to run up to Eric, Oklahoma and try out the Electrify America. Now, if you remember last week or the week before, I went to Weatherford and I couldn't get a charge at any of the Electrify America stations. And that's not because they were all down. The first one I plugged into, I only got 67 kilowatts out of. After I plugged into the first one, I wanted to change stalls, obviously, but I couldn't activate another charger. It just wouldn't work. It said I was still charging on the first one. I even deleted and reinstalled the Electrify America app, and it still said I was charging when it reinstalled. So I called the 800 number. Long story short, she couldn't get any of them to start under my account, and obviously wouldn't offer a complimentary session. She wouldn't just turn it on, or maybe she couldn't, I don't know. But I could not charge at that station. So after doing a little digging on the internet, on the forums, since I have an Ioniq 5 charging plan, Electrify America may not be allowing me to immediately restart another session. And if that's true, that is really not a good idea, because how many times have you pulled up to Electrify America and your first attempt not worked? So you wanted to change stations or needed to change stations. So I'm going to test that today. We're going to do a couple of tests today. I'm going to test the reliability of this site. I'm going to roll up and see if I can charge. And then we're going to test if I can stop charging and then move stalls and start charging again, to see if that rumor is true or not. We are going to need preconditioning. Let's go ahead and set the navigation. Something about setting the navigation, you see here I'm running Android Auto, and we got Waze up. Android Auto will not trigger the preconditioning. Now, you can use Android Auto while you're preconditioning, it just won't trigger it. So you have to set the charging station in the car's factory navigation, and then you can swap back over to Android Auto. So now we got that running in Waze. I'm going to go ahead and let that run for a few minutes, and then I'm going to show y'all that the preconditioning icon down there never happens. Okay, so it's been a few minutes. We've passed through this small town, and you can see down there we have no preconditioning logo going on. So now I'm going to flip over to the car's built-in navigation. So we're going to go to EV charging stations, and we're going to look for the Loves in Eric. So that's the one we're going to right there, 42 miles away, set as destination. So now we are set to go to this Electrify America charging stop in the factory navigation as well. That should trigger the factory preconditioning, and just a little bit, because the battery is very cold right now. Alright, so now a little bit behind the scenes. I had a comment the other day, why do I not use my Pocket 2 camera much anymore? And to be honest, this is a great camera, but my phone is just so much more convenient and easier. And the only drawback with this one is there is no zoom. You have a little bit of zoom you can do in the camera or in post-production, but it's nothing like my phone. Let me show you. Everybody knows the power of the Samsung zoom. And now I am recording in 4K, so it only lets me go so far. That's quite the zoom in 4K. And if I was recording in 1080p, I could even go further. But that little Pocket 2 can't do anything near that zoom level. So that's just a little bit behind the scenes on why I don't use that camera much anymore. So I use the Pocket 2 now for the rest of the video, so y'all can see the difference. I used my phone for everything previous to this, and then I'm going to use the Pocket 2 for the rest of the video, so y'all can tell the difference. Another little side note, I wanted to thank my loyal subscribers that watch all my videos. Most of my videos get 100 to 300 views no matter what, so that pretty much has to be my loyal subscribers, because I have a lot more subscribers than that, and my views have been kind of sinking lately. So I do appreciate the loyal guys that keep watching, guys and gals, probably not much gals. Analytics says it's mostly guys, but I do appreciate y'all guys watching my video. Try to hit that like button and leave me some comments. Maybe we can get some more algorithm help with my videos. So we're currently less than 30 miles and less than 30 minutes from our arrival, and we are still not preconditioning. Not sure if that means these Electrify America chargers are not in the system or not. You can see it's routing us to Love's. Eric. It does know that is a charging station. It has a plug on it. Ultra fast DC charger. Set as destination. I don't know why it hasn't started preconditioning yet, but we will just leave it alone from now on. You saw that I did that as correctly as I know how, but it says we'll get there at 10 a.m. and we're 27 miles away. We are less than 15 miles away now. You can see 14.2, 14.1. We are still not preconditioning. I guess this is going to be a preconditioning fail here in the Ioniq 5. That's unfortunate. Well, we made it to the DC fast chargers. There they are, just sitting right over there. We're going to go ahead and back in and see if we can get a reliable charge. Now, I'm going to back into station number 1, the CHAdeMO unit, because that's the one that's been working the most reliably. And because I want to actually get a charge for the first part of this trip. Now, you see I have to park way over here, almost next to the curb, because my charging port is going to be on the passenger side. Okay, so we're here at Electrify America. I got my DC port open. We're going to go ahead and activate. Number 1. Processing payment. Can y'all see that? Processing payment, initiating charge. So we're going to go ahead and plug in now. The screen does not say anything about initiating charge, but we're going to go ahead and try to plug it in here and see what happens. It does say connecting to vehicle, initiating charge. I am hearing some connection noises. Now, this isn't a 350, this is a 150. And the reason I'm stopping here is because there have been successful reports on PlugShare that this one is working. Okay. Welcome, driver. Complimentary session. Okay, so evidently this is a complimentary session for some reason. Let's go ahead and click continue. Okay, so we are only getting 50 kilowatts, and that is probably because I am cold gating since the car didn't precondition. So we'll let this go for a while and see what it ramps up to. While we're waiting, let's go check out the condition of the others. It says this one is working and available, so we'll try this one next. The card reader down here says network error, so no card reader on this one. Station 2 says unavailable, so nobody's going to be charging here on station 2. Station 1 shows that it's available, but it's a 150. So we'll try the other 350 after I charge for a while, because I want to actually charge up and get some benefit of driving all the way out here. And then we will try this 350 after we charge up to maybe 80%. So the DJI Pocket 2 decided not to record any audio on this clip. Not sure why, that's never happened before. But I wasn't having a good charging session here. Now, we know it was complimentary because it started on its own. I actually started charger number 1 with the app and then plugged into charger 4. The only reason this one started up is because it was complimentary and you didn't actually even need the app for it to start charging. I had not even realized this at the time while I was filming. I wasn't getting a good charge, and I know I have a cold battery, so I wanted to make sure that the charger wasn't the limiting factor here, because I'm starting to connect the dots. Complimentary session, this probably isn't a good power output from this charger, so I'm going to go ahead and stop and then move over to the 350 kilowatt unit next door. ID4 parking next to me. I switched over to the little camera, so we're going to see if this actually starts charging here or not. Where's my phone? Connecting to vehicle. So it did not start in the app. I'm getting this start screen even though I slid to activate in the app. See, it still says processing payment. I don't know if y'all can see that, but I slid to activate in the app and it is not allowing me to activate. Oh, hang on. Something's happening. Processing payment authorized. Here's what I think just happened. See, charge start error on the phone, but I tapped my RFID down there on the reader. I'm thinking it might have read the RFID because I got charge start error in the app. Let's see if it actually starts charging. It now says I am charging in the app. Charging time, but it says I'm not getting any speed. But I am getting 43 kW here on the station. Alright, I'm back to using my phone to record. It's just too much trouble to play with all the different cameras today. Nothing's working right anyway. I'm still colgating. I moved to this stall and now I'm getting 41 kW. So it's going to be a miserable charging session. I was able to activate this, thank goodness. But I'm not sure that when I tried that one over there, it said complimentary, so it might not have used my account. So this one actually did use my account because it said my name, it said welcome, and said I was using the Ioniq 5 charging. I may just sit here and charge on this thing for my 30 minutes and then wait for this guy to leave and charge on that one over there, see if I can restart it. I'll let this go for a while and then I'll come back to y'all. There we go. I guess we just hit above 70 degrees. I don't know why I didn't put in the OBD dongle. I have it in the car, but I didn't. But obviously we just hit full power. It bumped up to 130 kilowatts real quick, and then it's started going back down because we're at 79%. Okay, so we're approaching the 30 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and unplug. Getting 32 kilowatts. Alright, so now we'll just wait for the other car to leave and we'll go get in his spot. I think they're unplugging now as well. So I'm gonna go just move into the other guy's spot. It looks like they've unplugged and they're getting ready to go too. So give me just a minute and we will try to plug in again. Here's the big test. They obviously just used their 30 minutes free just like I did because we literally plugged in at the same time. So here's the big test. We're gonna see if I can charge here. We're gonna go ahead and plug it in. There you go, it's plugged in. And now we're going to see if it'll let me charge here. I got the app open, it's connecting to vehicle. When it says to pay, I'm gonna put my phone down towards the pay area. Okay, it beeped. Processing payment, we'll see if that works. All right, it actually activated. So that theory is kind of busted. I was able to reactivate another session almost immediately. It's doing its Electrify America thing by taking forever. So we are charging at 47, it said 50 when it first started, and now it's dropping. Obviously, that's the natural curve. Let me go ahead and go back to the car and get my bigger camera. This little thing's tiny. Let me show you a reflection of yourself. It's pretty tiny. Let me get the bigger camera. Okay, so to do a quick summary of this station here. Station 4 here with the Chatamo, it did start charging. It was in complimentary session though for some reason, and it still is. I did get only 50 kilowatts out of it. Now, that could have been because my battery was cold. So, I'm not sure if it's giving full power or not, but that defeated the whole purpose of my test today, was to see if the app would lock me out of charging if I started more than one session. So then I moved over to this 350, and I'm pretty sure it gave me full power just with a cold battery. I charged on this one for my 30 minutes, and it got up to the 130s after a little bit, but I had a cold battery for most of the charge. This charger number 2 says it's unavailable, so it's obviously down. It's the other 350, by the way. Charger number 1 appears to be giving full power here. I'm getting 30 from it right now, but I am at 94%. Since there's nobody around and I am pretty far from my house and I'm getting free charging, I'm gonna go ahead and let this go all the way up to 100%, since I'm gonna be using it right away anyway. And I'm not blocking anybody from using the chargers because there's 2 other stations that work. So that's the current state of charging here at the Eric, Oklahoma Electrify America, just off Interstate 40 in western Oklahoma. Still getting 11 kilowatts at 99%. Not bad for top-end charging. I haven't been charging that long here at this second go. It's probably been about 17 minutes since I started charging. It's always good to have a moderately good report at Electrify America. I don't always want to be Mr. Negative. That's not my goal in life, to be negative about Electrify America. It's just, that's most of my experiences. So anyway, at this site, we know at least 3 of them are working mostly. So one of them's complimentary, and I got 50 kilowatts. And the other 2 I tried, I'm pretty sure were capable of full power, even though I didn't get it. I don't think I was limited by the charging station. I think we're done charging. Yep, the screen says done out there. Let's go and see what the final tally is. We got 7 more kilowatt hours, and it took 17 minutes. Obviously, no charging fees. So let's go ahead and get unplugged and get out on the road. There's a lady in that car, like right next to me, and that car's been here the whole time. I had no idea that somebody was in it, but that's all right. Y'all know I'm kind of weird about filming around other people. I don't know. I just think, I don't want people to think I'm weird talking to a camera, but it's what I do in my pastime. I talk to cameras. So let's get out on the road. We got 100%. Actually, this says we have 99%, but it did charge until it stopped. So get out on the road and I will finish this up with you. So we're on the highway now, headed back to the house. Let me tell you one thing I found out about Android Auto and the car's navigation. So when I put the, you have to use the car's navigations to start the preconditioning. So I put my navigation into the car, and then I flipped back over to Android Auto. you can't use the car's navigation and Android Auto navigation at the same time because it pauses the car's navigation, just so you know. You can still use your Android Auto to listen to the music. You can even look at the map, but you cannot put a destination into the map. It will pause the car's navigation, and that will likely pause the preconditioning. Now, that's not why my preconditioning didn't work, because I noticed that happen and I canceled my Android Auto navigation. But if you don't know, that could be a reason why you're not preconditioning. You think your nav is set to the charging station and you're preconditioning, and then you go back to Android Auto, it will pause the factory navigation. So just keep that in the back of your mind while you're navigating here in your Ioniq 5. You can only use one navigation at a time. So you're going to want to navigate on the factory navigation, not the Android Auto navigation. Let me just show you what I mean here. We're going to go to a EV charging station. We'll go to Hutch's here. Set as destination. It's going to request guidance, and I'm going to say start guidance. Okay. So now we are navigating with the factory navigation. You can listen to your music. Okay, so now I got my music playing. Okay, we don't want any copyright, but the music is playing, and we can switch back over to our factory, and you see the route is still going. But if we're back over here in Android Auto, and I say I want to navigate, well, now if you flip over here to the factory navigation, it has paused the route and you are no longer navigating here. So that is something you're going to want to keep in mind. Thanks for going on this trip with me today and trying out these Electrify America chargers. It was a mostly positive experience, and I like to be able to say that. So thanks for watching. I will see you in the next one. Say bye, Duck. You say bye-bye? Okay. These two have been passing each other for about 10 minutes now, and they're both going about 10 miles an hour under the speed limit. I just found out something pretty random. If you hit your emergency hazard button, your car goes out of HDA. There it went. And then when you turn them off, it goes back in HDA. Navigate to Electrify America, Eric, Oklahoma.
I can't find that place. Where did you want to navigate to? Opening, Electrify America.
Oh, well, heck. Then it opens that. That's a fail, Google. Hang on a second. It's just not going to precondition. See, it knows it's a DC fast charger. That's just unfortunate. If anybody has a suggestion to something I'm doing wrong, let me know in the comment. My preconditioning is turned on, so if I go to the EV menu, go into EV settings, battery condition mode, so you can see that is turned on, and I am not getting battery preconditioning.